Look at those skies. What do you notice about these skies? They are moving. They are alive. Hello, everyone, and today I have a treat for you. So today, the new version of Rome Total Realism Imperium Surrectum, which, if you recall, is a big mod for Rome Remastered, made through the combined efforts of the old Roma Surrectum 2 and Rome Total Realism teams, including a lot of classic modders from old. Its 0.2.0 update has just come out today, and it's a big one. So let's quickly go through a lot of the changes. So let's go to the Imperial campaign here, and you'll see that they have completely migrated to Mundus Magnus, and everything has been made more historically accurate, as expected. So let's quickly go to the map here, and I will show you some of the changes. So I don't know, it doesn't matter who we start as here, but I will showcase the campaign map here, as well as a lot of other changes. And then we will go quickly to the custom battle screen to check out a lot of the unit rosters and the new units that have been added and the overhaul that has really been made. And I have to say, this is truly a total overhaul now. So let's quickly toggle the fog of war here. So this map is Mundus Magnus, but it has been completely redone from the ground up, right? So it's been totally redone. You'll see textures, resources, settlements, all of it has been totally redone from the ground up by the Rome Total Realism Imperium Surrectum team. And I have to say, I really like a lot of the changes they have made here, and it's very cool indeed. So let's quickly zoom in here and showcase the map. I do like that overlay screen in the remaster, I do have to say. So up here in the northeast, we have the Britons, the Iceni. You can see the map. The map looks very nice. I think it looks better than the vanilla map for sure, and I think it looks better than the Mundus Magnus standard map too. I think the Mundus Magnus map looks great. By the way, you'll see what that looks like in my streams of the Total Conquest mod and in my video about it, which I'll put in the top right corner. But yeah, this version by the Rome Total Realism Imperium Surrectum team, built from the ground up, looks really nice. So here we have Germania, of course the Suebi here. Then you have the Gauls, and the Gauls also includes a Galatia. So if you play as the Gauls, you essentially have two different campaigns going at the same time. So you can see down here we've got the Celtiberians. So one of the good changes I think Rome Total Realism Imperium Surrectum does is that it changes the amalgam factions like Germania, Britons, and Spain, and it makes them into tribes, right? Now, for Gaul, it still is sort of an amalgam, so it's called the Gaelic tribes, this faction, but I'm actually okay with this. Like, I don't usually play as the Gaelic tribes. I don't think I would like playing as the Gaelic tribes in this case, but I appreciate it from like the point of view of facing them, right? It makes them more powerful like this. And, you know, if you play Rome, it's also a balance thing, right? Now, of course, the other thing you'll notice are the Greek cities here. So Emporion, Massalia, those cities are controlled by the Greek cities. Now, Syracuse as well falls under the Greek cities banner, as well as Athens, Sparta, Rhodes, not Crete, and the Kingdom of the Cimmerian Bosporus. Yeah, so this is definitely a big amalgam faction. Who knows? That might change in the future. I don't know. But it definitely looks good. And definitely from the point of view of, I don't know, if you play as the Greek cities, it seems like you have a lot of fronts to fight on. So that could be cool for some people. And of course, Rome looking nice and united. And I have to say, I really like the look of the Roman cities here. They almost make me want to play as Rome. I've never said that before. And of course, we've got Carthage and the Numidians. And we've got the Ptolemies and Kush to the south, Ethiopia to the south. And I really like the way they've divided the provinces on the Arabian Peninsula. So it makes it feel more realistic when you don't like slog your way through the desert. That nobody would do that. Okay, nobody except for Cambyses II, the son of Cyrus the Great. He would do that. He might do. So I like the way they've done this. So you can, take Oman, take Dilmun, but don't like slog through the empty quarter, right? That doesn't make sense. So I like the way they've done this. Then, of course, you've got Asia Minor and Greece. And I have to say, I really like a lot of the changes they've made here to Asia Minor and Greece. I really like the province divisions here. So you've got... so for Greece, I guess I like the division of provinces here. I suppose this mod begins in 270 BC. So that's, after Epirus had kind of fallen by the wayside in terms of being a powerful kingdom, right? It had really lost its luster, you could say. I might have gone with perhaps Ambracia here instead of Apollonia, but I'm fine, totally fine with this. Absolutely. Perhaps I might have added Taulantia, but who knows? In any case, you've got Aetolia, you've got Boeotia, you've got Corinth, Achaia, Attica, Chalkis, Laconia, Crete and Rhodes, and Lesbos, of course. Mytilene is, a bit floaty, but that's fine. I'm sure that'll be fixed. And of course, instead of just having Thrace and Dacia, you have the Getae. And you have the Odrysian Kingdom. I really like the Odrysian Kingdom placement, actually. It's one of those factions. I actually like them in Rome too. And I like them here as well. I don't know. Oh, there's a shipwreck. That's cool. Yeah, so all the resources on the map here have been built from the ground up, placed from the ground up, from zero by the RTR. What was the RTR IS team? Yes, Imperium Surrectum. Right, still have to get used to that. In any case, looking very good. Let's take a look at Asia Minor. So having Lysimachia on the map is, I think, a very good idea. A lot of the time it's forgotten. So in Asia Minor here, we've got Pergamum, Mysia over here. We've also got Lydia, Ionia, and Caria, and Luca in Hittite, Pamphylia, Pisidia, Phrygia, Lycaonia, Cilicia, Cappadocia. Very good province divisions. I really appreciate the province divisions here. Even Heraclea Pontica is here. And Trapezus. And Pontus has a very nice realistic start position. I really appreciate that. That's good to see. I think the Pontic start position actually looks nicer than the EB start position too. And even the EB2 one. I like this start position for Pontus. The province looks a little more realistically divided, if that makes sense. And of course, I have to say, Armenia, of course, very, very well done in Rome Total Realism Imperium Surrectum. So, of course, Orontid Armenia here is controlling 4 provinces. You've got Ayrarat province, which is part of Greater Armenia, with Armavir as the capital, which is, of course, what you want to see in 270 BC. That's what you want to see. And you've got Tushpa, the province of Vaspurakan in modern Van. So that's good to see as well. And you've got Sopene with Carcathio Kerta, and you've got Comagene with Nymphaios. Now, Nymphaios was later renamed Arsamea about 20 years after the start date here, and same thing here with Carcathio Kerta. There was a new city made in Sopene, Arsamosata and then Samosata, but all of those famous cities in these regions were founded or renamed in the case of Nymphaios after the start date of 270. So I like that they keep the authentic names from this period. That makes sense. So Nymphaios, I'm happy to see that indeed. Other things of note, you've got Uruk and the province of Sumer in southern Mesopotamia. I'm really happy to see that. Who doesn't love Uruk? It's good to see it on the map here. Of course, Seleucid Uruk was very important. There was a very important temple to Anu, the Bitreish, if I'm not mistaken, was the Akkadian name of that temple. The most important temple in Mesopotamia in the Seleucid period. So I'm really happy to see Uruk here. Perhaps that Bitreish temple can be added as some sort of wonder eventually, because as you can see, there are a lot of wonders on the campaign map as well. I'll perhaps talk about that when I do my full campaign playthrough of Rome Total Realism Imperium Surrectum. But in any case, you can see I'm very happy with these province divisions. Another thing I'm happy about is Colchis, Iberia, and Albania. I think the provinces are divided very well. And you also have Caspiane, which of course later became the province of Paitakaran in the Kingdom of Armenia, which was added to the kingdom in the 2nd century BC. So I'm really glad to see Caspiane here. Again, this is one of the best depictions of this South Caucasus region and North Zagros region that I have really seen in any mod. This is really amazing. It's better than the one in Europa Barbarorum, in my opinion, I have to say. Other than that, Parthia is, of course, in the right place, which is good to see. And, of course, you have the Sarmatians up here in the north. Now, the only unfortunate thing here is that due to the faction limitation here, you don't see your eastern favorites like the Saka or Bactria. Let's see if that changes with the patch. That will increase the faction limit. And of course, we extend all the way to Taxila here in the east. So if you play as the Seleucids, you can conquer in the east as much as you want. And you'll just have local resistance. Another thing of note about this update are the rosters. And which kingdom was I playing as? So, like, if we have some basic Thracian lands here, which acts as a sort of barracks building. And you see you can recruit a ton of units. There are Greek archers, Greek skirmishers, Odrysian peltasts, Tribalian light spearmen, Thracian royal bodyguards. Of course, this is actually the generals unit. In Roma Surrectum, you could recruit generals, and you can recruit them here as well. Greek slingers, Thracian skirmisher cavalry, Greek cavalry, Prodromoi, sort of medium skirmisher cavalry, Ionian cavalry, sort of lancer cav, Thracian noble cavalry, a sort of a heavy noble jav cav type situation. Greek hoplites, decent. They're not as good as they look. Believe me, I know. Dion Swordsman, Thracian Falksman. These guys are as good as they look. Much better than the Greek Hoplites. Again, I learned that the hard way. Odrysian Royal Warriors. Again, a very nice unit. Very good, very powerful. The reason the Falksmen are good is they're also armor piercing, so they can actually really hurt those phalanxes. And Rompaya. Infantry, of course, Rompaya. Thracian word, actually. The Thracian language. Rather poorly attested, but we do know the word Rompaya, which is this sort of sword type thing. So that's a quick look at the Thracian roster, but as you can see, the units look great. Or the unit cards look great. Now let's quickly go back to the main menu, and I will start up a custom battle, and we'll just take a look at some of the lovely units in the game. So let's go to custom battle here. As always, we will fight in Kilikia. Let's go for, I guess, Republic of Rome. Rome's roster is so big because there's all of the Roma Surrectum legionaries here. I don't know, it's kind of overwhelming. Okay, so let's go for some of the legions here. Flavia Felix. Show off some of these interesting cavalrymen, Sarmatian auxiliaries, Thracian auxiliaries, Praetorian cavalry, Gaelic and Pannonian cataphracts. Yeah, some nice units, that's for sure. Oh, let's increase the... Okay, I'm spending too much money. Okay, fine. Let's show this much. And then for the... Should I show off the Sarmatians? Their roster is definitely not as fleshed out as the other ones at the moment. So let's go for... Should I go for the Pontic roster? Yeah, let's do the Pontic roster. Scythe Chariots, Pontic General's Bodyguard, Iberian Noble Cavalry. Oh, I guess this is Caucasian Iberian Noble Cavalry. Iberian Cataphracts. And then these are some of the Galatian units they have available to them. Pontic Thoracitai, Freedmen, Phalangites. Yeah, I think that's pretty good for now. So let's show off some of these units. I won't show off everything in this video. I just want to give the player sort of overview. Now, the other major thing to note is the economy. Now, the economy of the game, if you've played mods like Extended Realism or Vanilla Enhancement by A. Howell 11, you'll notice that the economy is pretty similar. So it's very agricultural focused, and then trade, it doesn't help you immediately. Stuff like trade, that helps you when you develop it over time, but like in the immediate, like at the beginning, agriculture is the thing you have to develop. Now just look at these guys. This is nostalgic to look at. These are Roma Surrectum. A lot of these units are Roma Surrectum units, and they look great upscaled like this. Now you'll see there is no unit variation as of yet, and that of course will be added in time. It just wasn't a priority for this release. But just look at this guy. This guy looks very dangerous. And I mean, I'm not on the highest settings because I just physically can't put it on the highest settings, and these guys look great, especially considering these guys are pretty much ported units from original Roma Surrectum. Now, Of course, it helps that Roma Surrectum was one of the best looking mods of all time, if not the best one. Yeah, these units really look great, kind of upscaled here in Imperium Surrectum, that's for sure. Look at those skies. What do you notice about these skies? They are moving, they are alive. Now again, they're not on the highest setting, unfortunately, but they look so great and realistic. It looks great to fight under a realistic sky here, and I have to say, what a job well done by the RTR Imperium Surrectum team. Just look at these skies. The clouds are moving. So let's keep taking a look at these units. So we've got Principes. We've got Gaelic legionaries. We've got these guys. This guy's face looks a little funny. Big chin. Yeah, these guys look dangerous, that's for sure. But these units just look great. And they add a lot of variation to the legionaries too. And look at these Roman cataphracts. Very nice, very dangerous. I like the masks. Very scary. Reminds me of Kingdom of Heaven. That scene where he takes off the mask. Kingdom of Heaven. Yeah, if a guy wearing this mask wants to take it off, tell him no. Say don't do it. But look at this. The horse mask looks great. So let's start this battle here, and let's take a look at our Pontic friends. And of course, I'm not going to show every unit in the game, but I just want to give you an idea of how good this mod looks. So let's pause here. And yeah, just look at Pontic Scythe Chariots looking very dangerous. Just look at that. Look at those heavily armored horses. Yeah, that looks scary. And they ran over their own Scythian archers. Yeah, that's abuse. That's abuse. Then we've also got Caucasian slingers with the sort of Urartian helmet. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I provided the Urartian helmet picture for the Roma Surrectum team back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. But very nostalgic looking at this unit. And we've got our Galatian swordsman unit here, looking very Galatian. And some more Galatians. And Caucasian Iberian cataphracts, sort of half cataphract unit. They look nasty. They look powerful. Not as heavily armored as some other cataphracts in the game, however. We've got Pontic Thoracitai. They look like they can take some legionaries in a fight. They also look like they could be in a boy band. Don't they? I don't know. And we've got Pontic Bodyguard. I really like the Pontic Bodyguard here. I think it's one of my favorite Pontic Bodyguard units in any mod. Like, just looks great. Just amazing. I have to say, I'm really liking the look of this mod. Look at these shields of the Freedman Phalangites for Pontus. Who doesn't want to play as Pontus now? Huh? Who doesn't want to play as Pontus now? And we've got these guys. Pontic Heavy Pikemen. Just look at that shield. That guy could tear you apart. In any case, yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to say in this showcase video for Rome Total Realism Imperium Surrectum. And I have to say, this mod looks phenomenal. I will showcase some battle gameplay in the long-form campaign that I'm going to be uploading quite soon. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And if you're interested in historical Total Wars and their mods, then stay tuned to my channel. #1 source for your historical Total War mod news, that's for sure, including for Rome Remastered. If you're interested in such things, consider subscribing to the channel. Consider liking the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.